This is a reminder that nothing I say in this video is advice. It's not investment, financial, legal, tax advice. Really, no one should do anything based on anything that I say in these videos ever. They're purely for entertainment. We're back. More Reddit Q&A. And I've got a strong drink. But I'm here to give the people what they want. And what the people want is not just me answering the top Reddit questions, but me answering the most controversial Reddit personal finance questions. So here we are, in the depths. We had a giant post. Why is having a car loan the default plan? By F3VR3. Fever? Is that like Favre, but fever? And, the whole thing, let's just scroll down. Anyways, you can tell this is a bit of a soapbox for me. All right, strong start. I see why it's controversial. Oh, I love this one. I actually love this one. Richest 26 people now own the same wealth as the poorest half of the world, Oxfam claims. So I've actually posted about this a bunch of times. And it's probably not wrong. But what you need to know is that the poorest people are a bunch of doctors with $500,000 of student loans. And so they're offsetting everything. So really that just throws it way, way off. This isn't like the richest 26 people have more than everybody in India. I mean, this is a total nonsense calculation. Need advice from someone who lost a lot of money. I think I have a gambling problem. Quit to go full-time on Forex and crypto. Yes, you do. I started to feel depressed and like losing the ability to learn. Well, your problem was Forex and crypto. Well, Forex, I guess they're different. Forex is a zero-sum game. For someone to win, someone has to lose. And there's transaction costs. So the only person that wins Forex trading over the long run is someone that's actually really good at Forex trading, which, does it exist? I don't know. It's definitely not you. And then crypto, which is just wildly speculative. You're crazy. You can't learn to trade crypto. I then ended up losing over 800K. What? Well, you got to go back to work. And I mean, you probably got a bunch of that 800K buying crypto during the bubble. So like you didn't really lose 800K is my guess. But you should just go back to work with whatever you're doing. Put 24K in your 401K. And you're not over 50? Is that what you're telling me? If you're over 50, it's no problem. You try to take it out. Usually that's what you do. You took a deduction for it on the return. It's weird that they let you. It must be a pretty small plan to let you do that. But yeah, usually you can make a distribution. In my experience, if you do it and you point it out and you pay the tax that you owe and the interest that you owe on it, IRS usually doesn't penalize you. They're usually pretty lenient if you point it out to them. Yeah, I mean, it's probably, if you're able to save that much, it's probably worth a few bucks to use a CPA so you don't have to worry about it, get it done right. But it should be pretty easy to rectify. If it's through your 401k, you might have to talk to the administrator to get it out. Am I supposed to pay off the whole balance on a credit card or leave a little bit? You're supposed to pay off the whole balance on the credit card. Why is my 2018 tax refund half of 2017? At least you call it a refund instead of a return. Well, you're withholding. You're withholding versus what you owe is what happens. You made $4,000 more. Was the same amount withheld? It sounds like you get it. But the refund is just how much you overpaid your taxes by. So you overpaid your taxes by more money in 2017 than got it back. But you get it. Can I, 18, claim my brother, 7, as a dependent? I made gross income less than 11K in 2018. Um, you can, but I mean, it's probably not gonna. If you only made 11K, is it even gonna do you any good? I mean, your standard deduction is gonna be the entire amount. I don't think it's gonna matter. But it's, sounds like you can by what this guy said. 401k contribution. Why do some employers contribute to 401k matching via lump sum once a year, while others do a contribution every pay period? What are the benefits of one over the other? Okay, well, let's see what answers there are. Yeah, I mean, these are pretty much right, but I can tell you why a company does it. So a company doesn't have to do the 401k matching or profit sharing or anything like that for a given year. So like for 2018, for this last year, a company doesn't have to do that until like practically 2/3 or 3/4 of the way through this year. So if they can hang on to those dollars and use them for whatever else they want to use them for, and they don't have to give them to you for 9 months, that's better for them. There's also a whole bunch of testing that they have to do depending on where they're at, what the plan looks like, to figure out if they're already doing the matching. This is probably safe harbor for that test, meaning they're not actually needing to test it. But a lot of plans, they need to look at how much people are putting in. And sometimes they have to put money into the plan. Sometimes it's just a flat amount. It's not even a match. So they're in safe harbor so that their plan still stays qualified. They're required. It's basically a protection so that it's not just the people making all the money at the company putting in the 401k. The IRS basically says, or the Congress says through these regulations, if the people making a lot of money are saving a lot of money in the 401k, you have to give some amount to all of the employees. So they have to do those calculations. Those have to be done after the full year is done. So they have to wait. So contribution every pay period, bigger companies where they know what they're going to do, it's already locked in, it's already a sure thing. They probably just get it set, makes it much easier, makes it not as lumpy. From the business side, those are the big things they're probably thinking about. Is there any good tax software that handles dual citizen filings for income earned in both countries? I really, really doubt it. Is now a good time to sell a home and buy a new one? Nobody on this forum can tell you that with any level of certainty. You're welcome. What to do with 400K in trapped equity in my home? Hello there. Through a smart and lucky real estate investment, I've managed to accrue roughly 400K of equity in my condo. Nice job. I'm looking for the most effective way to capitalize on my gain. I've thought about investing in another property or perhaps investing in a business of some kind. I would like to find an alternate source of income to pay for month-to-month expenses and for further investments. So, I'm a little confused. I mean, what exactly is the plan here? I mean, is a condo you live in? You say your home, so you live there. So, would you want to like take on more debt and increase your mortgage? You already have a mortgage? And it doesn't sound like you know a lot about investing. I mean, this one worked out. Are you going to take on a bunch of debt just to invest in another property? I mean, eventually, if you keep doing that, you stack up debt. Eventually, when the market turns, it's going to wipe you out. 400K, I mean, if you're going to say, like, what kind of income can 400K produce? And it's in your house, so if you, like, sold it and then, I don't know, started renting, so you get to keep the entire 400K, then, I mean, let's say you were following like a 4 or 5% kind of rule of thumb and produce like 15, 20K of cash flow a year. Yeah, it's not quite enough. And it's a good thing. It's a good start. Nice job. But, I mean, I don't see getting the money out and just leveraging yourself to the hilt to be a good idea. It doesn't really sound like you know what you're doing with investing. It sounds like you bought a house at a great time. Probably just leave it there and be really happy that you have a house that's worth a lot, unless you're going to move, in which case you got to figure out if you're going to roll it into your next house, which you probably will, or if you want to invest it somewhere else. But man, that a leveraged real estate game is a dangerous thing. A lot of people get burned with that.